like I could die right now. I'm restless, but I've got no place to go. Feels like my life would go to waste if I went to sleep. I'm no insomniac, but I'm having trouble catching me some Z's. I'm counting 1, 2, 3. I am dreaming with my eyes wide open. 1, 2, 3. I just can't sleep. I'm dead awake, just counting sheep. Just counting sheep. It's 12:38 and I'm stuck singing this song. I guess it's better than thinking of all the things I've done so wrong. Even if I fell by closing both my eyes, waking up tomorrow scares the out of my mind, because tomorrow I'll be doing things I'd rather do without. Time always wins, time's got me down. I'm counting 1, 2, 3. I am dreaming with my eyes wide open. 1, 2, 3. I just can't sleep. I'm dead awake, just counting sheep. Just counting sheep. I keep on swearing that I'm gonna change. Oh, when am I gonna start acting my own age? This is what I think of when I lie here in my bed. I've got to get out of my head. 1, 2, 3. I am dreaming with my eyes wide open. 1, 2, 3. I just can't sleep. I'm dead awake, just counting. 1, 2, 3. I am dreaming with my eyes wide open. 1, 2, 3. I just can't sleep. I'm dead awake, just counting sheep. I'm dead awake, just counting sheep. Just counting sheep. Just counting sheep.
And you just heard 1238 by Sepia Times. Hello everybody. Welcome to the SoundBox, where we feature local artists and talk more about their craft and their passion. Sepia Times, welcome to the SoundBox studio.
Thanks for having us.
Hello.
And by the way, so this here's Luigi, and to my left is Icy. And just so that you guys know, they don't usually do this acoustic bit. At least personally, this is the first time I'm seeing you guys play some of your songs in acoustic.
Is it though?
Yeah. Because you are I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're an electronic pop duo. Is that how we put it?
We fall under electronic, pero we call ourselves alt pop.
Alt pop.
But the genres these days, they're very,
They're fluid.
Yeah, they're fluid, and
right.
the lines between all of them are blurred naman.
Right.
But if someone asks us, we'll say alt pop.
Yeah, for the record, alt pop. But the good thing is, just like what you showed us right now, you get to sing your songs. You don't need you can sing it just by using a guitar. anybody can learn it. Anybody can learn your songs. I guess anybody can sing it. Like your fans can like
Yeah.
learn your songs.
Yeah.
Right.
It's tricky lang. What do you think? I mean,
I don't know. It reminded me of the of Billie Eilish because she was like, her basis of a good song is balag unsa pa na ka nindot ang production. If you can perform it acoustically, kay that's a good song.
Yes.
I mean, we've had fans and videos of them singing our songs.
Mhm.
Newer Kraman, I guess.
Yeah.
Pero I don't know. For us, it feels a little. Obviously, it's a little more intimate, and it's bali more vulnerable when we perform our songs acoustically. And additionally to that, we're not very used to it.
Right.
We're not very used to it. Pero, I hope na okay na siya puminaon.
No,
I think
definitely,
the
it sounded
songs-
great. It sounded great.
Yeah.
All right, so
Thank
1238. What is it about?
1238 is actually a song from the first EP that we released, which is way back 2016. So that's like 3 years ago, right?
Mm.
I wrote 1238. Basically, it's about wanting to change and not being able to,
Mhm.
which is sort of a universal. It's like a universal theme amongst our songs. Like with a lot of our songs, we try to change. Ang 1238 actually. That's the time that I wrote the song,
Mm.
and I was trying to go to sleep because I knew that, I knew that if I didn't go to sleep, I had like so much stuff to do the next day, and I knew I would regret it. But at the same time, I didn't want to sleep because I didn't want it to be tomorrow pa.
Mhm.
So like paradox siya.
Right. Okay. And your next song is called Coffee Shop.
Yeah.
It's spelled differently, and I don't know what.
Oh,
What's-
she can tell you
All
about
right, I see. What is Coffee Shop all about?
Okay, so the song is about an old relationship, ex.
Okay.
About my experience with an ex,
Mhm.
basically, and it's called Coffee Shop because we wrote it in the coffee shop, but it's felt like that because I just wanted to do something different. That's actually my dog's name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There seems to be a trend here. Like, what time is it? Where are we
Where?
right now? Turn it into a song.
We just didn't know what to call our song. So we're last ditch effort for a title.
Well, that's not much of a problem if you turn out you have great songs. All right. Yeah, I mean, okay, it's weird if you say it. We have great songs, but the record speaks for itself. You're signed to Sony Music Philippines. So congratulations, guys. Wherever you are watching in the
Thank
world
you.
right now, virtual claps for Sepia Times, Cebu City, represent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sony Music PH. All right, we're gonna talk about that in a bit,
Yeah.
but for now, everybody, please check this out: Coffee Shop by Sepia Times.
There are things I wish I'd said. You were with me in my bed, holding me, it felt so strong. And then you go and risk it all. How you said, love at first sight, me barefaced, thinking we could be mine. In the end, thought we give it a try. It was always hard to say goodbye. We meet almost every week. Your letters I was sure to keep. Now I never knew that I was blind. 'Cause 3 years passed and you left me crying. And how I want is a little taste of heaven and a little taste of you, but not really all I need. Is all the time I give to you. Was all of it ever true? let you push me over. I know I always let you in. A brand new girl in less than a week. What makes it worse, she kinda looks like me. There was no possibility. You left me hanging out, right? Just thinking about taking me back. Of course, that was a bunch of crap. A part of me says give him a chance, but I was better than that. Oh, how I want is a little taste of heaven and a little taste of you, but not really. Oh, honey, it's all the time I give you. Is all of it ever true? And all I want is a little taste of heaven and a little taste of you, but not really all that I need. It's all the time I give to you. Is all of it ever true?
Once again, that was Coffee Shop by Sepia Times. Now, before we did your second song, we were talking about Sony Music Philippines.
Yeah.
All right, so please help the audience understand, especially Cebuanos, when we see Sepia Times and we see Sony Music Philippines, we see big time na makina sila, di na sila ma-reach. Please enlighten us.
That
What
is-
the myths, the differences, the misconceptions. What is it like to be signed under a major label?
Okay, so it's really funny, and like there's sort of a disconnect with I think perspectives. But I'll ask you, Sir Lewis.
Okay.
What do you think it is? Because Sony Music is a major label.
Yes.
What do you think it's like for an artist here in the Philippines to be signed to a major label? I just wanna get someone else's
I
perspective on it.
think it's immediately what I would feel great, right?
Mm.
Oh, I'm getting recognized for the music.
Yeah.
Now, I understand there's a misconception because, I have a little background of what happened. So, there's I believe this is what Urban Dub tried to do back in the early 2000s. Their Lighter Records took care of whatever the music and the material, but they were signed with a major label to help them with distribution.
Mm-mm.
So it's like I don't know, an artist would probably feel like it's part street cred, it's part accomplishment, and it's a huge part of like getting your music across all platforms. That's it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I asked lang because I just wanted to get a better idea of what because what other people
Oh, right.
think.
Yeah.
And I know everyone sees it a little bit differently.
Pero bay, now that you put it like that, it's true. Kung wala kay background, people think, oh, they're rich, right? Like, oh, they must be touring and like free advanced
Yeah.
royalties and
Right.
stuff like that. Pero yeah, please do share. I see.
I'll go ahead.
Come on,
Can I go
whoever.
ahead and talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so being signed to Sony Music Philippines, it's nice. It feels good, just like you said, because it's a big name,
Right.
and there are people who are there to help us, put our music out there easier, and then obviously that comes with connections. Pero our approach to, putting our music out there and making the band work, it's still very independent.
Mm.
Because, well, it depends on your deal. It depends on your deal. Sa amo, the production of the music is totally on us.
Mm.
So we actually recorded our latest single, Breakfast, at home, bro. Like all of it is at home.
Wow.
And
okay.
we I think we told you naman before, or we sent it to you in our briefing
Right.
or something. We recorded already an album worth of songs. We're not saying we're releasing an album. I'm just saying
An album worth of songs. Right.
We recorded that much,
Mm.
and we did it all at home.
Mm.
And this isn't, just to paint the picture, this isn't a fancy recording studio at home. It's my laptop and then an M Audio fast track,
Mm.
which is 2 channels, one for XLR and one for microphones and one for instruments.
Right.
And then a condenser, and maybe I have an electric guitar at home. So it's super simple, and I have a MIDI controller. So very sparse. So you know, when you imagine someone signed to a major label, you'd think that they'd be in a big time studio.
Yes.
Depends on the approach. It's really, because I know some bands that do that, and I know bands nga ginahan lang sila nga sa balay lang sila,
Mm.
or depende sa ilang resources. At sa among resources, we try to cut down on costs
Mm.
because we independent ra gyapon among approach.
Yeah.
I guess maybe in the future that might change. We're still starting out. I view Sepia Times as like a band that's still sort of starting out and
Mhm.
very young. So this is where we are now.
That's a good thing, because one of the not misconceptions, but I guess one of the truths when an artist gets signed to a major label, the music gets changed. Because there's gonna be a lot of chefs in the kitchen. Gonna be a lot of cooks in the kitchen. Oh, the bass is too loud, the snare is
Yeah.
too loud. Put the guitar here. But yeah, I guess you're in a spot where you can thrive. Independent music, you have creative control, and the deal is Sony or any other major label out there will help you distribute the music. So it's a win-win, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's also because of the change in the culture and the technology.
Yes.
Because in the past, also the saturation of the music market.
Mm.
Because in the past, what labels would do is they would go out and try to find artists.
Mm.
But now there's an oversaturation in the market. So everybody's an artist. You look
Right,
anywhere, everyone's an
right.
artist, and they're
Yeah.
making music at home, recording. So, labels don't go out to find artists because murag, dili na efficient for them.
Mm.
And people can make music without being signed to a label.
Mm.
Pero again, every situation, like every artist has a different situation, so it all depends. But yeah.
Yeah.
Times
Well,
have changed.
right, but whatever the case, I believe what's important is an artist has to have a great deal of talent, right? There has to be talent involved.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations once again, Sepia Times, for getting signed to Sony.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you.
cheers to more years ahead of you. But this is not the end. You're playing a third song. I
Yeah.
believe this is your single, Breakfast. Right, so Breakfast, what is this all about, I see?
So I wrote this song as a way to push myself to be more productive. The hook is I won't forget my breakfast again. That was me trying to convince myself to live this murag. If you live this lifestyle, kay murag, you will feel successful or whatever. And unfortunately, it didn't work. I'm still old habits gyapon ba.
Mm.
Well, we're all working on it, and I know that people out there can relate to what the song is about.
Most definitely. All right, so guys, check this out. This is Breakfast by Sepia Times.
Tongue-tied, the button's even redder than my bloodshot eyes. And I can't remember what I said last night. Was it another one of those eager eyes? Easier said and never done. No one else to blame for the fool that I've become. I know you're sick and tired of hearing the same old song. The memo just won't stick enough up in my head. So now I swear I won't forget my breakfast again. I won't forget my breakfast again. I won't forget my breakfast again. forget my breakfast again. Thought my mind was on my side. Broken over thinking about what if I tried. But that doesn't work, so now I'm wondering why. Is this gonna be who I am for the rest of my life? Oh no. Easy does it? Have I lost it? No one else to blame for the fool that I've become. I know you're sick and tired of hearing the same old song. The memo just won't stick enough up in my head. So now I swear I won't forget my breakfast again. 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 I'll say I'm letting go, but I'm never letting go. I'll say I'm letting go, but I'm never letting go. I'll say I'm letting go, but I'm never letting go. I'll say I'm letting go, but I'm never letting go. I'll say I'm letting go, but I'm never letting go. I'll say I'm letting go, I'm never letting go, but it's easier said than done. No one else to blame for the fool that I've become. I know you're sick and tired of hearing the same old song. The memo just won't stick enough up in my head. So now I swear I won't forget my breakfast. No one else to blame for the fool that I've become. I know you're sick and tired of hearing the same old song. The memo just won't stick enough up in my head. So now I swear I won't forget my breakfast again. 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 Again, again.
So Breakfast is your single, right? And it's out on Spotify and what digital platforms? Can you promote your single?
Okay,
Where
so
can we find your songs?
If you guys want to check out our song or the band, but we're pushing the song, so Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, I think wherever, on
Yeah.
most of the major platforms, they should be on there. So just search Sepia Times, or you can and look for a song Breakfast.
Right. Okay, so before we wrap up, I'm gonna ask some typical bio questions about the band. Alright, are you guys ready?
Yeah, man.
Okay, numero uno, why is your band called Sepia Times?
That question.
Yes, everybody goes through that.
Go.
I like how it's such a collaboration. Like, is it your turn or my turn?
So he was the one who made the name up,
Mhm.
and this was what ang iyang intent for the band is supposed to be like a pop punk band.
Yeah, man.
And
I think we both
so-
came from that.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got the name Sepia Times because he has noticed that in pop punk videos, okay, there's like a sepia tone.
Like okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
Pretty much mauna ang reason. I was like really heavy into pop punk.
Right.
But pop punk, Sepia Times was supposed to be a pop punk band. Before ni Sud si IC sa band, kasi dili man siya ang first niya vocalist.
Mm.
'Cause I went through a couple
Mm.
different ones. with the intent of making a pop punk band. At some point, I was like, nothing's working. So we were already friends at that time. I was like, okay, let's try this. No, and in the end, it worked out. So, and we, for some reason, we didn't end up becoming a pop punk band.
We tried, I guess.
And it's an interesting story how we ended up with the sound that we have now.
Please tell us about it.
Because it started with September Fever. If you're familiar with September
The
Fever.
gig.
Yeah. So it was a gig that started in 2017, diba? Yearly gig siya. And the first September Fever was actually electronic. Electronic siya. So ang nitukar atong event kay Mandaue Nights, of course. They were like that's when they really boomed. Like they broke out that year because of their single You and I.
Asan nga venue? Sa
Handurao.
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 Ang 2018 was in Draft Punk.
No, Handurao the Gap.
Handurao
Okay,
Gapon.
okay.
And then this year was Draft Punk.
Alright.
So it was electronic. And then kami, you invite me to play with Mandaue Nights because we had a cover with them. And we were not electronic. We were sort of acoustic, alternative sound. We just put out our EP at that time pa jud. Nga maraming alternative rock. We had to join in with Mandaue Nights, and I was thinking ang coffee shop ako nang himuon og electronic version. And then while mag-rehearse sa Mandaue Nights, because we were only gonna play one song with them, which was katong cover na mo.
Rico Blanc.
Rico
Your
Blanc.
Yes, the universe, right.
We were only gonna play that song. I was like, I'll make an electronic version of Coffee Shop, and then I'll play it when we're rehearsing. And then so naka-formulate ako plan sa akong head nga. Ako nang i-play, and then I'll see what happens. And when we played it, ano sila nga, you guys are playing that song on September Fever. I'm like, mission accomplished.
Nice.
So, and then ever since then, kay murag ganahan na may mag-electronic. It sort of worked out for us.
Wow, okay, that's very inspiring to hear. So I guess one of your strengths is that you're not very close to a genre, right? You feel something's good, you just go for it.
Yeah, medyo open-minded or
Medyo.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's just about it. That's our time for today. Once again, guys, please do follow Sepia Times on their social media pages.
Yeah. So that's facebook.com/Sepia Times, @Sepia Times on Instagram.
Yeah. And also on Twitter @Sepia Times Music.
So check us out. Spotify as well. We really appreciate the support. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you guys dropping by. Thank you, Luigi. Thank you, IC.
Thank
I gotta say thank you, Lewis, and thank you,
SoundBox
Yeah.
people.
SoundBox.
Yep. So once again, this is the SoundBox. Please do comment below if you want any other guest artists to be here. Kinsa yung mga request, yung mga requested songs. Just follow our pages. Support Vivecast. Support the SoundBox once again. Goodbye, everybody. See you next time. Goodbye.